Okay, welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we are trying out Black-Red Storm with Spider-Punk. Online it is Kraza, the Swarm is one, but the actual card is Spider-Punk in our Storm combo deck here. Now, why are we playing this? This has had some success in Legacy and in competitive EDAs. We're going to give it a try in Vintage, where I haven't really seen it yet. It basically makes all of your stuff uncounterable and damage can't be prevented. So it's a 2-1 but has Riot. And that is this here. You can enter the choice of a +1/+1 counter or haste. So if you're against an Orcish Bowmaster deck, you can put the +1/+1 counter on it, and then it won't, there's no way that it can die to orcs unless you swing into the orcs, But on playing it, the orcs can't kill it because it comes in as a 3-2. So don't worry about Orcish Bowmasters. I know it looks like a 2-1, but it's really not. Orcish Bowmasters is not a problem here. Other spiders you control Riot, that is flavor text for us. I mean, I guess you could build a spider deck if you really wanted to. I'm sure someone did in Standard. This is what we care about. Spells and abilities can't be countered. We are a black-red deck without any counters. We have several combos in our deck, which we'll get to in a second. We want all of those to not get countered. We want them not only to not get countered by Force of Will and Force of Negation and Spell Pierce, we also want them to not get countered by a Void Mirror. Void Mirror is being played as 3 or 4 of in Mana White Initiative, along with 1 Vexing Bauble. We don't want a Vexing Bauble to counter our stuff. We don't want Void Mirror to counter our stuff. We don't want any of the blue forces to counter our stuff. None of that. Spider-Punk stops all of this. Now, it is legendary, so we're only playing 2, but that is a very strong line of text there, and that's why it's been played in some Legacy like Storm decks. I saw the Storm guy, I forget his name, was playing it. And then also damage can't be prevented, which is relevant like with the One Ring, so we can attack and deal damage through the ring. And we're playing a couple combos in here, quite a few actually. So we're mainly a Beseech the Mirror deck here, which lets you search up a card in your library that costs 4 or less and play it for free. So like you can use Beseech and fast mana to grab Yawgmoth's Will, which lets you play all your cards from your graveyard, which lets you replay those cards, replay Beseech from your graveyard if you need to, and then grab Tendrils of Agony, play Tendrils for free with Beseech to win the game. You can also, with Beseech the Mirror, grab Helm of Obedience, and that has a couple of combos. Helm, if you have a Leyline of the Void in play, or if you have a Dauthi Voidwalker in play, will mill your entire opponent's library. So that's another combo here. And then we've got 4 Orcish Bowmasters and 1 Wheel of Fortune. Again, you've got Orcish Bowmasters in play. We can Beseech for Wheel of Fortune. We each get a new 7. Your opponent takes 7 right away. The orc thing gets huge and can swing. That can just be a big win right there. So a lot of different ways we can win the game if we, with a Beseech the Mirror here. As far as protection goes, we covered the Kraza a bit, this Spider-Punk. Very annoyed that they don't have the actual Spider-Man cards online. This is would much rather this be Spider-Punk. But yeah, we got 2 of the Krazas. We've got 4 Griefs. We've got the Scam package here. So we've got 4 Griefs and then 4 Reanimates to bring them back from the graveyard. So, we definitely had disruption here. Again, the Dauthi Voidwalkers and Leylines were already pre-boarded for like Dredge, Countervine, Agrovine, that kind of thing. Orcish Bowmasters, of course, good against draws, good against other Orcish Bowmasters, definitely has utility there. Not a card I play a lot on the channel. I actually just picked him up right before this league, so that'll be fun to see how they go. What else do we got in here? Of course, we have 2 Trolls, which we can cycle and then reanimate. Troll is just really nice in the Grief with the Grief and the Scam package. 1 Jecht. This was I played a black-white version of this, maybe a month or 2 ago. And that was a really strong league. We went 4-1 in that league. If you want to check out that video, and instead of Kraza in that league, we played the 1 white, one-sided defense grid card that I'm blanking on. It makes 2 tokens when it attacks. Anyway, we played there, and we also had a Shieldred in that deck. But since then, I've sold my Shieldred, so You could play a Shieldred in this deck just as like a one-of Beseech target that's like can win the game on its own. Shieldred the Apocalypse. I don't own Shieldred right now, so I'm playing Jecht. I played Jecht before on this channel. This is quite strong. Again, on an open board, this can just carry things. It'll let you draw cards, make your opponent discard cards several times. It's a big 7/7 menace, and then, you know, makes your opponent sack multiple creatures. That's good. Just as a big, you know, in all these Beseech decks, I like having one just big, chunky 4 mana, like, on its own threat. I think Shieldred is better, but Jecht is fine. They do different things, really. Shieldred is more like a hate bear, but they both can win the game. Again, Wheel of Fortune mainly for Orc, but that can, in theory, get us a Tendrils win if we just kind of go for it, but we're in a format with a bajillion forces, so not the best plan, maybe. Like and subscribe, by the way. Just going to throw that in there. Down below, take a second to do that. One Demonic Tutor, of course. Dark Rituals to form our game plan. The restricted pieces here. All the restricted mana. Black-red lands. One Urborg and one Urza's Saga. I don't know why we have an Urborg in here. Just kind of a leftover from the other deck, I guess. I think I had like an Ancient Tomb or something in there. We don't need the Urborg. You could just cut that for a Swamp or something. I don't know. One Saga to grab our pieces. So like we have a pretty respectable like beatdown plan here. We've got 4 Grief, the Trolls, the Jechts, Orcish Bowmasters, Dauthi, Khazad. Like we can beat down and just play like a disruptive mid-range plan. But then on top of that, we also have all of these like Helm combos, Tendrils combos, Wheel of Fortune combos, Yawgmoth combos on top of it. I really like playing these kind of decks. These kind of like aggro combo decks are really fun. Yeah. But also check out the black-white version of this. That was a really strong league. Sideboard. Lurrus Controls, you know, are one of, if not the best decks in the format. It's either Lurrus Control or Lurrus PO, in my opinion. And the PO deck is sort of a control deck anyway. It's like kind of in between combo and control. So, and then Mono White Initiative is also a really big deck right now. Lithomantic Barrage is good against all of these. You don't really want to be playing like a 1-for-1 plan with those decks because they have so much card advantage. But I think that's fine. Stillmoon Cavaliers for the Lurrus Control matchups. 3 Ravenloft Adventurers is kind of like a pivot plan. If people are going to be like attacking parts of our deck here, we can kind of pivot into just Dark Ritual, fast mana into an initiative creature here. Another one we put on the channel before and had fun with and done well with. 3 Thoughtseize for some of the other combo matchups. And then 2 Force of Despair, mainly for Mono White Initiative, but like aggro shop kind of decks we can bring this in against. Even like Dredge, this can hit like Hollow 1, which is nice. The sideboard's a little bit iffy. I mean, I definitely did not put a ton of thought into this, but like it covers general bases here. But, you know, don't take this. Like, if you're going to play the deck, I think pretty happy, you know. We'll see how it goes out, but, like, you know, pretty happy with the main deck. Put up in the, feel free to change a bunch of the sideboard here. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what combos we can pull off. Okay, here we go. We are on the play. Well, in theory, they could go like... If we draw a mana source on next turn, and our opponent doesn't have a force, we can go Dark Ritual, land, Orcish Bowmasters, Demonic Tutor, grab Black Lotus, Wheel of Fortune. If we don't draw a mana source, this is just a garbage hand. I think we do have to mulligan this, unfortunately. It's like really close. Okay. Keep. Well, hopefully they're on Dredge. We can use this to try and get a Helm. I think our opponent is on Dredge. It's funny. Do we want to change anything if they're on Dredge? I guess we bring in the 2 Force of Despairs for the I think this whole package is just not good in this matchup. Let's try that. All right. So they are indeed on Dredge. That's useful. Notably is not a black mana source. Okay. What you got there? Our deck has a lot of good cards against Dredge. If you don't like Dredge, you can play this deck. Alright, here we go again. Or pause, so I got a Lurrus, I guess. Guess so. Not amazing, obviously. Oh boy. That wasteland's gonna be rough. I guess we take the cruise. Oh, we have a we have a Leyline of the Void in play. Alright, well, that was idiotic. Oh well. That was terrible. Should have taken the push or the Pearl or bobble even. Alright, embarrassing. Yep. Yeah, we should have taken anything else, would have been good. We have a counterspell? We're getting spell pierced? Oh, fine. That was brutal. We needed that pretty badly. No. They're just getting bullied here now. Fine. Oh, my soul ring back. They have another... No. Okay, well, they're drawing what they need against us. So be it. So be it. And we didn't take their spell for Fatal Push, leave it if we... Oh, okay. 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 We've invested. Fair enough. Well, that is close. We can draw a Black Lotus or a Dark Ritual. We're in business. Well, that hurts things a little bit. I mean, Black Lotus, we go Grief, Lotus, Helm, that should just win. So I think Dark Ritual probably gets us there, so we have outs. No. Oh, come on. Okay. Chances of winning just went way down. We know they got a push and a Lurrus in the hand somewhere. Here's Lurrus. Okay. Not what we need. All right. We're just getting bullied. Yikes. Okay. We still can draw Black Lotus and win. But we are getting bullied here. At this point, they've probably drawn another counter spell, so even if we draw like a Lotus or a Mana Crypt or a Dark Ritual would potentially give us a win. We probably don't actually win. Oh, they got a push? Orcish Bowmasters. Okay, we died. That was an unfortunate loss. Pretty surprised about that one. I think this one's a little risky, given that we both have orcs. Vampiric's not amazing against all the counter spells. We can go down one Beseech. Alright, let's try that. I feel like we could have won that one, but just drew exactly what they needed, unfortunately. Definitely felt favored. I think we do keep it just because of the power of the hand. It doesn't do anything immediately, though. We need some help. got the flip Jecht, that's fun. Hopefully we get a land here. Oh, that's a land. Not quite the one I wanted, but I will take it. All right. Okay. I like to draw a Dark Ritual or a Mana Crypt. Yeah, not having a red mana here is very bad. I guess we can swing. No real downside of that. Alright. Definitely have outs now because of Yawgmoth Tendrils-y stuff. They might have Spell Pierce though, which would be annoying. Well, they don't have a land in their hand. They can't play. Well, they can play Frog. They can play Lotus. Well, they can. Actually, if they use Lotus, that could be interesting for us. To be honest, I think we wait a turn. All right. Maybe we don't. Alright, they have the force anyway. Now the Tendrils is really bad. Yeah, they just had our number all game. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we should let it go. I just have too much crap on the board, unfortunately. We really need a red mana here. And the Yawgmoth going away is terrible. I think it's just too big of a board state, unfortunately. Our cards are just dead, so it's just bad. Yeah. Too little, too late, I think. Yeah, just too little, too late. We needed that Yawgmoth to resolve, but they dab in the head of the force, and that's gonna happen sometimes. I don't think anything gets us out of this. Yeah, we can't win it. Maybe we take the orc. I don't know. We didn't set ourselves up for success here, annoyingly. They can just replay it, can't they? Maybe I should have just... I don't know. I think we just did anyway. It doesn't matter. Had too much. We did not have enough. Yeah, we need the Yawgmoth. We need an extra mana. Alright. Okay, here we go again. We are against Hazuhiro. We're up against Lurrus once again. Oh crap. Wait, Bug Lurrus? Alright. That's awful. That's very frustrating. I don't think we have any way of removing that main deck, right? So I'm going to play out the Soul Ring. I don't know, maybe I should play out the Soul Ring and beseech it. We've got Orcish Bowmaster in the deck, so we're going to try and protect ourselves a little bit here. Or they can just push it. Why not? That collector roof was brutal. Yep. I guess they can Lurrus it back and really consider that. I probably should have just... Yeah, this was a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have traded. Yeah, I don't know. That Besieger was a problem. Everything's a problem. Everything has been a problem. Them drawing that land was a problem, because then they have 2 black mana sources. See if we get a frog. Frog would be quite nice. Nope. Brick. Brick. I don't even think this does anything for us. Because of the freaking collector oof. Like, we just have no cards to draw that are any good. We can't win through collector oof, I guess. That's kind of a problem, isn't it? The Lurrus just bringing it back does means we can't get rid of the fucking oof. Ugh. I'm tired. Tired, boss. We have to kill the Lurrus, which is ridiculous. We're just gonna play against Lurrus all day, aren't we? Okay. We just have no cards for this matchup either, which is frustrating. I think we keep it and try and win on turn 2. just going to get oofed again on turn 1. If we grief and we play Beseech, we get Yawgmoth. We replay the Lotus, we replay the Soul Ring, that gets us 4 mana. It's not good enough, is it? I think we gotta wait one more turn, which is risky. So now if we do it, we would go if we grief them, replay Beseech, replay Lotus, replay Soul Ring, play Orcs, get Twister, I think that works. We exiled our okay. Should have just played the grief. What am I doing? Do I have any plan? No. Let's see if they block. You have a removal spell? It works. 5, 6. Yawgmoth is 5. Replay Lotus 6. Replay Soul Ring 7. Replay Beseech 8. Get Tendrils 9. We are 1 short. 1 short. Yikes. Is that true? So maybe we can replay Krauza. Yawgmoth. Let's just try it. Yeah, I think we can get it now. There we go. Hey, we got one. Now we have to try and do that on the draw. I'm not sure how to sideboard for this. Take out Beseech and the Tendrils and just try and go for more of an aggro-y plan. Even the wheel feels pretty risky. Let's try that. I don't quite know how to board or play some of these matchups exactly. Okay. Well, we're certainly going to try it. Please no turn 1. Oof. Please no turn 1. Oof. Okay. Okay. We might be able to get there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 mana. So we can Dauthi Helm. We can just storm out here, can't we? So maybe we just pitch the Dauthi. I think we can just storm out here, so we'll pitch the Dauthi. That way, if we need to use the Dark Ritual, the Reanimate to take a second spell, we can. We only have one relevant spell, the Force of Will. If they had 2, we would have had to do this line, though. Oh, we took out the Tendrils. Oh, fuck, we took out the Tendrils. Oh, right. Whoopsies. That's a whiff. What can we get? That was a big punt. That's funny. Forgot that we took out the Tendrils. I guess which one do we want to stick around? We want to keep the other one, I guess. I think we have to get Jecht or Ravenloft here. Did we take out Jecht? Maybe Jecht is correct. Yeah, let's do Ravenloft, I guess. That'll give us our land. It's pretty embarrassing. Do we want the collector oof taken? No, I don't think we do. Maybe just to speed up the clock, it's okay. I drew an orc. Fair enough. We could lose this now. That's pretty bad. Well, this is a lot closer than it should have been. Again, definitely we could lose here. I mean, they got Demonic Tutor. Recall, I guess. Recall is kind of a desperation play with Oof out, and they already played at lands. I'm not sure what they're getting off of green-blue. Yeah, we just... Alright, we rallied there. Good game. Alright, here we go. Well, we should have grieved him, I guess. That is my fault. That is my fault. I have messed up. I was holding the grief now to try and combo in, but oh boy. I think we have to wait a turn. They've drawn 3 with Ancestral Recall, 2 with Frogs. Don't see how we ever win this, but we will give it a try, I guess. Wasteland would destroy us here, so they might as well try and find one of those. No, they did find it. Fuck. Alright, well. Yeah. Well, we died. It's okay. If we draw Black Lotus here, maybe we could do something. It's not going to do anything. That's awful. I think we can just skip it up to that one. That was bad. Okay. Yikes. I don't even think the Stillmoons are good enough, which is crazy. I don't know. Maybe we're just too bad against the Lurrus Control deck. Sure. I should have taken the tendrils out, shouldn't I? Feels dumb. We'll try and play aggro with him here. We do have that tendrils up our sleeve. Do they leave in orcs? Well, then snapcasting. That's still a blowout. Fair enough. Ooh, that's brutal. That's game. Okay. Alright, nice 3-2 there. My recording got messed up, so I didn't I think I just nearly get messed up. I just forgot to click the button to record. So we don't have round 5. But we did have a nice 3-2 overall. Got bullied a little bit by Lurrus Control here. We did win versus the Lurrus Deathrite Shaman deck, which is pretty cool. But the Lurrus, more standard Lurrus Control, did bully us a bit. Beat Dredge, which makes sense. Round 1 was very short. We just kind of... Our deck's just very good against Dredge. If you are unhappy playing against Dredge and get frustrated in that matchup, something like this could be a fun deck for you. But and even though we got a nice 3-2 result here, we did struggle against the Lurrus Control deck a bit. And that's, you know, a big deck in the format. The Spider-Punk card, which is, you know, on paper this is Spider-Punk. You know, Magic Online without the rights, it's Khrazad. It seems fine. I think it's, you know, it had its moments. The Lurrus Control deck, I guess, has removal and counters, so they can kind of remove it in response if they have to. So it's not always a perfect scenario, a perfect, you know, card here. But yeah, the Riot makes sure doesn't die to the Orcs. It was fine. Orcs were good. We never got to do the Wheel of Fortune Orc combo, but, you know, could be good. I mean, I think the big thing is I'm not sure how exactly to tackle the Lurrus Control matchup. Though the combo decks aren't, you know, obviously the Spider-Punk was, the idea was that helps in that matchup, but it's still really tough. I'm not sure. I think maybe the sideboard plan of trying to board into like a more fair deck is just not very good. I think we do have to stay very combo-y. The problem is that Leyline of the Void is just not very good against Lurrus. Like, it has some text, but it's generally not very good. It's a tough one. I mean, very, very clearly the strategy of boarding out a lot of the combo stuff and playing like a bigger mid-range plan than them is just not panning out for us. And I do need to rethink that match. If you have ideas for the Lurrus Control match, let me know down below. Like, the two angles are, you can kind of keep all of the combo-y stuff in the deck and try and lean into it more. Like, you could play Defense Grid in this. I think Defense Grid actually, you know, that would be interesting. I don't know. There are other cards, I think, like, I'll have a think. Yeah. Overall, it's fun. I'd recommend giving it a whirl. But yeah, think about the Lurrus Control matchup. Any ideas you have to improve that. But yeah, overall, nice 3-2. See you next time.